Hey everybody, I'm Jerry Lawson, and I am here with one of the most exciting and innovative pastors I know. He's energetic. I could put a syringe in him and suck some of that out. I would use it. And I just want to ask him three simple questions. This is Travis Johnson, pastor of a great church in Mobile, Alabama called Pathway Church, multi-campus church. So Travis, you have been in ministry, like you told me, like 25 years. You've been doing this a long time, but you still seem to be excited. You're hustling. So after all these years, how do you stay so focused and so energetic?
First, I'd just say that ministry takes hard work. You gotta work it hard if it's going to work.
Yeah.
But you do have seasons where things don't work like you want to. You're tired. The demand for a moment is bigger than your energy demand.
Yeah.
And so you have to have stores that are built up by regular time off, by playing regular time with your family. And then, my love language to the Lord is, I want to prove to him that I'm worth something.
Right.
And so if I can do something for the Lord, then I see that as a win. I know that's not how my relationship with the Lord works.
Yeah.
But being able to step back from that and say, hey, I'm a son, I'm loved by the Lord, and this work that I do for him should come out of a sense of belonging and a sense that we are in relationship, that any value I add to the Lord really is just a response from our relationship. As long as that piece is there, then a lot of it, I don't stop, but it makes the going so much more enjoyable.
So I know one of the things you do stop ministry for is your family.
Absolutely.
You got a wife of 20-something years. You got kids. So talk about the balance. There's pastors watching us right now.
Yeah.
They're struggling with that right now. Some of them bivocational. And you've been bivocational, you've been trivocational. Talk about the balance of being able to handle your family. You're focused on ministry, but also your love and your priority of your family.
Pathway Church is one of the most amazing churches in the world. Some really incredible people, but Pathway's not my first church.
Yeah.
They're my second church. My first church is Kelly, Courtney McKenna, and Blake. And that's my first call, and it's a privilege. There's nothing in the world that's better.
Yeah.
And I know if you don't take care of your first things, you don't get to keep your second things either. And
So I know you take, like you shut it down. Tell us about what day you're with a
Friday is my Saturday. So every Friday morning, well, now Courtney's driving the kids to school, but before she was driving, we'd take the kids, drop them off at school. Kelly and I go get breakfast. We go watch a movie. There's nobody in the movie theater at noon on a Friday. So we date every single week unless we're out of country, out of town, something like that.
Yeah.
So that date every week is important. We kind of have an agreed upon number of nights a week that we're both out involved in ministry and that sort of thing.
Right.
So, I want to be home having dinner with the family and that sort of thing. Keeping those buckets in the buckets they're supposed to be. Every yes to one thing is a no to something else. So yes to another great ministry opportunity or thing in the community could be a no to my son's basketball game. It could be that could be a no to that date with my wife.
So it sounds like you guys have a lot of communication. Like you're talking about, how many small groups you're going to be in, how many events. How do you make sure you communicate with Kelly, your wife?
Well, first, a lot of that communication is done once. There's like business rules for our family. It's like an if-then type proposition. We just know, Kelly, there are things Kelly doesn't need to ask me about. We've already talked about it. And things I don't need to ask her about because we've already talked about it. But we love to walk. We'll come in maybe before dinner, after dinner, walk. And then that's like a little family staff meeting,
right.
Where we're comparing notes over the course of the week. And we talk through some of that stuff. Now, I'd be lying if I said that every now and then she didn't find out about some calendar event that I have coming up next week. That stuff happens. But when those basic pieces are working together, I'm not surprised by her. She's not. Or if I'm surprised by her and she's surprised by me, if our foundations, our fundamentals are good, then, man, it's just everything is so much smoother.
Well, I told you I had 3 questions. I've already asked 5. I got one more question. And that is, as a pastor, you get up, you do more today than you did yesterday.
Right.
And then your to-do list got longer for tomorrow. How do you manage the pressure of having so much to do and not burn yourself out?
Well, there are a lot of things that you do you don't know how to do. And I remember going to a friend of mine and said, I don't know how to do this. And he was, a high-level kind of guy. He said, well, Pastor, there are things that you don't know how to do, then you do them, then you know how to do them. And so as we stack up things, get them under our belt, our bandwidth gets stronger. So tomorrow ought to be more demanding than today because you just got stronger and you got better. still you have to sort through those things that you're doing by priority. So I just try and think of myself as a hospital. I'm triaging the most important things. And it's okay to go to bed and not do stuff. In fact, there's some things that are on your to-do list. You need to don't do them.
Yes.
And so being able to determine what's important, things you don't want to fall off the table. You may have some leaders that are around you that should have been doing this stuff in the first place.
Right.
So whenever you're stressed out, whenever your time is maxed out, that's an opportunity to go and reevaluate how your systems are, how your staff culture is, and that sort of thing, how you can give things away.
You know, that's one of the things we go into great detail in one of our 2040 double training is how to prioritize what's important. And so listen, I'm gonna cut you guys loose, but I want to say if you'd like to hear more from 2040 double, from me, I'm Jerry Lawson, I'm the founder of 2040 double, just go to 24trial.com, and we'd love to let you hear more about this 24-month whole church model. We put systems in place to help you design your church for growth and health. So 24trial.com. See you there.